Hello fellas, have you ever made a simple mistake on your PC that made you spend thousands and thousands of rupees for repairing it? Have you ever made a list of don'ts to do with your PC? If no, you are at the right spot. So today we will discuss about top 10 things that you should not do with your PC. I'm Keshav for Knowledge On. So welcome back people. While you were away, I put these glasses on because my brother told it made me look a little more smart than what I am. So what do you think? So let's dive into the topic. So the first topic is never mess with your PC's hard drive. This is very much important because there are many enthusiasts out there who wants to know how the computer hardware and software works. If you really need to know, you can opt for a BE if you want, but there is no scope for BE. I'm so sure. I'm sitting right here and doing this video. So what do you think about me starting this YouTube playlist? So why is this important? Because every PC's hard drive is a little more valuable than what you think. Because if you mess with the motherboard averagely costs 6,000 to 8,000 rupees. So it's not really a good option. If you break any transistor or a small capacitor in the motherboard, there won't be any repairs. There will only be a replacement choice, because those are really very small circuits like ULSI, ultra large scale integration. It's not only for the processor, even for the motherboards there are minute parts which cannot be repaired. The whole motherboard only can be replaced. So it is better you don't mess with your PC's hard drive, because if you break any component and if you had to change your PC's hardware, your father is not going to do it. In my experience, he knows I was playing a lot of games with my PC, and once when I messed with my hard drive, he took about a month or 5 months I guess to replace the whole hard drive. So it's better you don't mess with your PC, from my own experience. And next, never browse the web without an up-to-date antivirus. This is also important because the internet is totally filled with lots of adwares and hackers everywhere. When you even go for any general purpose links, there are many ads which are flowing through the page. This is for the page owner to get some money by showing those ads in his page. But if you click one of those, it will create a pop-up, and that's not at all necessary for you. If any of that pop-up occurs, I advise you better close it off, because it's never going to be useful for you. And there are many spammers and hackers out there in the internet. So if you don't have an antivirus, you better don't go to the internet. Just keep your system offline. If you think the system is too old and I can only use it for a household purpose, then have it only for household purpose. Never connect it to the internet. If you are a newbie to the internet and you don't know how the internet hacking works, then have a better antivirus. And it is advised to have a subscription also, because with subscription there will be added security by the company. So they will have real-time protection for you, which means every page that you visit will be checked for its legitimacy, and if the page does not have the right certificates, then that page will be avoided. It will show that going ahead is a risk. Then you can stop proceeding to the page, whatever page you are going to. So let's have that in the mind, because if something happens, or any adware or a malware is being installed in your computer, it's not going to be easy to clear it out. First of all, it takes time to know what has been installed in your system. If you find that too, then there are sometimes you have to delete the program first, but then if you cannot close the program, if it has the administrator rights, there is no choice. You have to reboot your whole OS. So changing the OS is not much hard, around 800 rupees if you are going for the local PC vendor, and if you are going legally, it is around 1600 I guess for a licensed copy of Windows. So it's better you don't go to the internet without protection first of all. Number 3, avoid liquid damage. This is so important actually, because there are many people who want to have a sip of coffee within their range. They don't want to get up from their place where they have the laptop settled in. If you want to have a coffee, better get out of your place no matter what, wherever you are. Just don't have it near your PC or your laptop. If it is going to be a PC, it's okay, because the most probable thing that could happen is you spilling the coffee on the keyboard. So spilling the coffee on the keyboard is not a big trouble, but keyboard at least costs 300 to 500 rupees today. So if you are okay with the spilling of coffee on your keyboard, then it's fine. But still, why would you want to risk that money also? If this is going to be a laptop, then it's going to be a very big trouble. I assure you, you are going to pay a lot of money. Because laptops under the keyboard, they have the hardware. That is the motherboard, the Wi-Fi adapter, whatever the component is, it's under the keyboard actually. Today's laptops are much more protected actually for liquid damage. If you accidentally spill any liquid on the laptops, then you will have to just tilt the laptop over just to drain the water out. The first thing you have to do if you have a liquid damage is switch off the PC, take out the power plug, and most probably if you have a battery powered laptop, then the battery can be removed. If the battery can be removed, better remove the battery. That is one way of stopping the current in the circuit. And one more thing, if it is water, then okay, it's okay, because you can let it dry for about 5 hours or something, and the PC will be back on its track. But if it is a coffee or a juice, then it's going to be a very big trouble, because when I was a child, I accidentally spilled coffee on my dad's laptop actually, and I never told him actually. That's the thing. So I just cleaned it off with a cloth, and I did not tilt it, and I kept on working. But I was not sure what happened at all, because the PC was doing nothing, which means it was all okay. It was all okay. So I kept on working. I did not mind about it. But then a few days later, the screen started flickering, and the screen stopped working. My dad was a little annoyed actually, because that screen meant a lot to him, because he used his laptop very much. But I did not even tell him that I spilled coffee on his laptop. So the screen stopped working, and a few days later he connected it to an external monitor to keep on working. He used it as a keyboard, and there was a separate monitor for this display. Even then I did not realize that it was because I spilled the coffee on the keyboard. So what happened is, then few days later that stopped working too. So that's where I got really upset. Because if dad finds out now, he's going to kill me. So that's how it was. So then what happened, when we took it to the service center, they told that there was fungus formation on the motherboard. I was never at all expecting that, because there was fungus formation. That was really a different thing. I never thought that fungus could actually grow on a motherboard in the first place. So, but then dad asked me, did you do anything with the motherboard or the laptop? I wouldn't do anything with my motherboard, but laptop, yeah, sure, I did spill some coffee on the laptop. And then dad said, why wouldn't you tell me in the first place? Because in the first place, if I tell you, you are going to kill me. Why would I tell you? So that's how it went. So never have any liquids around you when you are sitting on a PC or a laptop, because if it spills, it's going to be a mess again. So number 4, don't blindly click on links on any anonymous websites or emails. This is also equally important, because if your friend's email gets hacked, then he will send you some message like click on this link. There is a very good software available. You can use it. So like that, if he sends you a message and if you accidentally click on it, sometimes the software gets downloaded but only when you open it up, the virus spreads. In the other cases, there will be some attachments. If I am not sure, I haven't been attacked yet, but those are the case files I read. So if you download any attachments, the virus is automatically going to spread on your PC. So like malwares or worms or trojans, whatever it is, it's going to be harmful to your PC, no matter what. So trojans, worms work like they multiply themselves on your hard disk, which means they occupy a lot of space. Worms. So worms will occupy a lot of space, giving you a lot of headache. And trojans will actually create a backdoor which sends your sensitive information to the hacker without you knowing. There will be a lot of bandwidth usage when your PC has been attacked with the Trojan. Then comes malware. Malware again steals sensitive information from your PC, like files from your local disk C or any important document that you had to present on Monday.
No, God, please, no!
So those are the things. So clicking on anonymous websites, links or emails is equally dangerous. If you had your PC attacked by a malware or a Trojan or a worm, then it needs to be cleared out. It can be cleared in few cases, but there are bigger problems like ransomware. Yes, ransomware is a classical example of a very threatening virus. Ransomware had a pop-up on the computer of the one who has been attacked. Like they had to pay money to decrypt their files. It encrypts the files of the user and does not allow you to open up, that is, decrypt the file without paying them. Only if you pay them, algorithm runs back and your file will be decrypted. So in that case, ransomware is really a dangerous virus, and clearing it out was a pretty big task for every antivirus company. But eventually they did it. They cleared out ransomware, and today ransomware is out of picture. But at those days, ransomware was considered a bigger attack on the world's PCs. So it's better you follow this policy. Don't click on any anonymous links or emails attachments. So keep it in mind. Number 5, never shut down improperly. Do you know why the proper shutdown procedure was introduced in Windows PC or every other operating system? This is because there is unsaved data in the random access memory, and those need to be saved just before you switch off your PC, because random access memory is, as you all know, is a volatile kind of memory, and it is important to save the unsaved data from the random access memory to your hard disk. So the shutdown procedure does that. Like if you are working on a document, very important document that you had to present on Monday or your project review or something, and what if the power goes off just in a second? So that's where this shutdown procedure is important. If there is a power surge or accidental power loss to the system shuts off, and then your presentation is forever lost. Only if there is a auto backup made while you are working with the document, until then your work is gone completely. So even not shutting down properly can actually do this effect, because if you don't shut down and just switch off your PC in a second, this again creates the same situation. Your data from the random access memory won't be saved in your hard disk. So again, this creates the same situation. So it is better advised to do the shutdown properly, because even if it is not your document, there are actually tasks running in the background which you don't know at all, and sometimes they need to save their data to the hard disk before exiting the PC's operation. So shutdown procedure is equally important. And even if you don't shut down properly, sometimes the very next time your PC won't even boot up. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. So it's better advised to shut down properly.